Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 4. Before I talk to you about what we're going to do this week, let me just remind you that the midterm exam will be closed tonight, Monday, April 11th. So try not to miss it. And I can see that some of you already submitted it. But try not to miss it. There's no makeup for this midterm exam. So today's your last chance basically to take it. You can check out your grades tomorrow, and of course I will post your grades on D12 gradebook as soon as you are done. Let me know if you have any question. The midterm will go on the study mode after the deadline, so definitely review the midterm exam, especially when you're getting ready for the final, because your final exam is cumulative, so you should basically start reviewing everything from the beginning. The focus of the final will be, of course, on new chapters, but it doesn't mean that you're not getting any question from the materials that you studied for the midterm exam. So let me know if you have any question about your grade later on, or any specific problem that you probably dealt with while you were taking the midterm exam. I'm just here to help you. This week, we're going to study chapter 7 and chapter 9. So starting chapter 6, as I mentioned that before, we're focused only on microeconomic topics. Chapter 7 is the only chapter that we talk about consumers. After that chapter, our focus will be on production side of the economy and how businesses and firms basically operate. We will talk about in chapter 9 about production and cost in the short run, and then in future chapters, chapter 10, 12, and 13, we will talk about different markets in microeconomics and how businesses operate in different markets. Chapter 9 is important because the graphs we have, the formulas we have, are those things that we're going to need in future chapters that we're going to discuss in our class. So spend most of your time this week understanding the topics in chapter 9. Of course, if you check out the content tab on D12, I posted different videos for you, handouts. Make sure you check them out. The focus of our class is also on short run. We talked briefly about short run and long run in chapter 6 when we were talking about price elasticity of supply. You will learn more what we mean by short run and long run also in chapter 9, but we will briefly talk about long run cost at the end of chapter 9. But the focus of chapter 9 and also future chapters will be on short run. We have some formulas in both chapter 7 and chapter 9. As I also mentioned it for the midterm exam, you can always have the formulas in front of you while you're taking the final exam. So no problem, just make sure you know how to use them. You will see that we have a lot of formulas for cost per unit of output or average cost. We will learn how to calculate marginal cost. In chapter 9, we will see how we can calculate marginal utility. That's the topic of chapter 7. In chapter 7, as I was just mentioning, I forgot to mention what it's all about. It's the only chapter we talk about consumers, and it's kind of related to what we discussed in chapter 1 regarding budget line. So basically, we're going to go back to that chapter and figuring out basically how many units of output the consumers are going to choose that can maximize their satisfaction, or as we call it in economics, utility. So chapter 7 is all about consumers and how they can be happy buyers, happy consumers with the limited money that they have, with the given prices. And basically, you will learn more about consumers and how they can maximize their pleasure or satisfaction from their consumption. So these are the chapters that you guys are going to read this chapter. Let me know if you have any question. You will have homework from chapter 7 and chapter 9 on Connect. They are both due, the two homework, they are both due on April 18th, which is a Monday. For discussions, you do have a discussion, which is also discussion number 2, which is also due on April 18th. This is your second discussion. We have 3 discussions in total. So you guys are going to work on the second discussion this week. Let me also again remind you about the upcoming deadline for the term paper. I already got some email, which is April 25th. I already got some questions from you. Some of you were asking me, do you think this topic is okay? It's not. So keep them coming. If you are not sure about your topic, send me an email. We can definitely brainstorm, even if your discussion, even if your topic, sorry, not the discussion, if your topic is macro, we can definitely break it out sometimes, of course, not all the time, and make it basically micro. Okay, so if you still struggle with your topic for the paper, please send me an email, and I'll be happy actually to help you out. Okay, but to get ideas, you can definitely check out the textbook, read news. If there is something that interests you, you can definitely do more research and see if it's doable for you to write a paper on that topic. But remember, you should avoid any topic that is related to US economy, a country's economy, because they are all macro topics. Okay, so you should be focused on businesses, firms, how they basically operate, the problems that they are dealing with. Even if you are interested in something that is related to the economy, you can break it down and look into a city's economy instead of a country's economy, like how Houston is doing, how the state of Texas is doing. Okay, so these are micro, because you're not talking about the entire economy. So let me know if you have any question. I don't want to keep this video that long. So again, for those of you who didn't take the midterm exam, good luck on the test. Let me know if you have any question about the exam, about the paper, about the materials that we're going to cover this week, and I'll see you soon.